Time now for the Mixter and the Radio Raccoon with Mick the Mixter Bazuli and the Raccoon Cynthia E. Ferguson. To call into the show, call 888-565-1470. And now, here's the Mixter and the Radio Raccoon.
5:01 on a Freaky Friday here in Fort Lauderdale. Welcome to the show. I'm the Mixter. I'll tell you what, it's been raining in paradise. You just can't get around. It's unbelievable. But we're here in the studio. We got a big card. Take you up until 7 o'clock tonight, and we should have some fun. 12th year on the air. You believe that? 12 years went like that. I'll tell you this. I've been all over the dial with this, but my home right here at Beasley, 1470 and 740 a.m. here in South Florida. Broadcast around the world on AMP2 TV. AMP2.tv. Let me get that right. Freddie Santori on the boards. We got Daniel behind the glass. Duff Lindsay roaming around here. Bob Moranci of the tutelage, the man of the hour. He's here. And I got a new partner in 12 years. I want to welcome Cynthia E. Ferguson. Raccoon, welcome to the air.
Welcome. How are you?
Fantastic. And it's good having you here. I tell you what, you brighten up the place. It really looks good.
Thank you.
Compared to the old sad sacks days there. I used to have 4 wifeys on the show, but you make the difference up now with just being
Probably because
you.
I'm not married to you.
Well, no, but that's true, too. None of them married to me. Okay, although after parties usually put me in the hospital once or twice. But we're going to have some fun. We got a big card today. We got Larry Reed outside. He'll be joining us pretty soon from Cleartronic.
I'm excited.
All right. They acquired iStream, which is Musician Stream, who you and I started broadcasting.
That's right.
Okay, we did the Bellamy Boutique show. Now we're doing the Hooters show. The Shooters.
Put your mind in the right place.
Got the Hooters. Don't make me laugh. But especially me, I'm the host here. Co-host now. Got to split the credits with you and the cash. But
remember that.
Don't believe me. You remind me every 5 minutes. Okay. Where's my end? Where's my raccoon?
Where's my raccoon money?
Raccoon money. Right. Okay, but we're going to have a good time. Then coming on is the hemp drink, and a sensational hemp drink, I should say, Jerry Grisafi from Texas. From Boerne, Texas.
From Boerne, Texas. Yeah, I played softball in Boerne. A little league, girls fast pitch.
Imagine that.
I rode horses out there too. Shot a couple guns.
You took me to the game and you disappeared into the night. I went to watch you play softball.
I know, because you got all scared that you were going to get jumped or something.
Well, when you play softball in the hood, what do you expect? Okay,
that's where the fields are.
Right, you got the fields all right. But no. Truth be told, Jerry Grisafi is going to be joining us, and he has Rocky Mountain High Beverage. That stuff that
comes out of Boerne, Texas.
Right, out of Boerne, Texas. He's out of Houston. He's traveling throughout the Midwest. He's going to come to our coast pretty soon here.
I actually just came back from Texas, and it's really spreading like wildfire out there.
It is. I mean, he's really sweeping it. Him and Tom Schumann. So we got a great show. And then in the second hour, William Sulo, the William Sulo Studios are coming in. They're going to do about an hour with us. They'll cut up Annie Berry, the makeup artist for the Stars. He'll be coming in. Look, why do people call me?
I don't know. They can't.
That
get the
was
right
Jerry
time.
Grisafi, believe it or not.
Is he lost?
No. We'll catch him on the break. I'm not worried about it. But we're going to go to a break, and we're going to come right back. Okay, with Larry Reed will be joining us right here on the air. We'll talk about Cleartronic, about the acquisition of Musician Stream and iStream Network. And stock was soaring today. Fantastic. CLRI is their symbol. We're going to come back with him. We're going to conduct a nice interview together. And then we'll go from there. This is the Mixter. You're on WWNN Radio 1470 South Florida. Around the world on AMP2.tv and WWNN Radio. We'll be back right after this. Your time, 5:05. Nick Mariani, you've done it again. Cigar Republic USA, located right on A1A and Oakland Park Boulevard. Hey, listen. Slaving on a hot mic every day like I do, I look to unwind. Happy hour, 11 to 7. It's not happy hour, it's happy days. Well drinks, $5. Drop in and see JoJo behind the bar. Have yourself a ball at Cigar Republic USA, located right on Oakland Park Boulevard by the beach, next to the famous Mortaranos Cafe. You can't miss it. It's right there, right by the North Beach Shops, which is booming over there right now. New restaurants popping up everywhere. Come into the Cigar Republic USA. Now listen, there's no better gift than a box of cigars. And Nick, he's done it right. He's got everything you can think of for cigar smokers everywhere. And you don't smell the smoke when you're in his place. That's the phenomenal thing about it. I mean, non-smokers like the place. You could go next door, chill out on the Rocky Patel Signature Lounge, which is abuts the cigar bar. Terrific place, leather couches, everything. Big screen televisions. They're all over the place. Have a ball at Cigar Republic USA. Nick Mariani's done it well again. Come in, hot barmaids like you've never seen before. Visit with the, I like to call her my little Lima Llama. Go in and see Cindy and the rest of the crew over there. Have a steak sandwich, 8-ounce New York Prime, grilled onions, everything on it. Fantastic. Or a real Cuban sandwich. I heard Fidel Castro orders them. I don't know. It sounds good anyway. Cigar Republic USA, right on the corner of Oakland Park Boulevard and A1A in Fort Lauderdale, right by the North Beach shops. Can't miss it. Tell them the Mixter sent you and have yourself a ball.
Hearing loss is a growing health issue among young adults and older Americans, with the condition today affecting more than 48 million people nationwide. Now is the time to preserve your hearing. That means limiting exposure to loud noises, using ear protection when attending sports events or music concerts, and following the 60-60 rule, which means limiting the use of earbud headphones to 60 minutes at a time and at 60% of the device's maximum volume. Talk to a hearing healthcare provider or your physician and schedule a hearing test. It's also important to discuss hearing loss with your family and seek treatment. Common signs include turning up the volume on the TV or radio to the level that others find too loud, having trouble hearing people on the phone, or difficulty with following conversations in noisy environments. Hearing loss can affect your ability to stay connected to friends and family, contributing to social isolation, lower earnings, depression, dementia, and higher risk of falls. For more information about hearing loss and other ways to improve your health as you age, go to www.hearingloss.org. This has been a public service message from the Hearing Loss Association of America, High Health Innovations, and the station.
Great party, huh, guys?
Yeah,
this is
so
great.
Much fun.
I do say so myself. Hey, did you know that birthday parties actually help build confidence in kids?
Yeah, I did know that.
Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Right, of course.
Yeah, I knew that. Did you know that strollers have the right of way on sidewalks?
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, that's true. Did you know that friendly kids statistically have more friends?
Everyone knows that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Think I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work, there's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control over my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Mixter and the Radio Raccoon. To call into the show, call 888-565-1470. Now, back to The Mixter and the Radio Raccoon.
510 here on 1470 on a beautiful rainy Friday. Great snuggling weather. I tell you the truth, it really works. I'm joined by Cindy here, Cindy Ferguson, and of course, Larry Reed, president of Cleartronic, symbol CLRI. And today the stock really made a move today. A lot of big things. You read about it. The press release is out. The acquisition of iStream Network, Jory State, and I go back with him a long way. And welcome to the show, Larry. How you been?
Good, Mick. Thanks for having me again.
Well, I tell you the truth, you're doing a hell of a lot of moving around and shaking since the last time you've been on the show.
We're doing our best to keep active.
Yeah, and you tell us a little bit about this. You guys seem to have the synergy between you Musician Stream, iStream Network, and Cleartronic. I mean, you're all technical software. I tried to speak to you the other day about it, left me in the dust because I'm like an amoeba when it comes to that. But how do you translate? You work well together with this company.
Well, they're doing iStream is doing the same thing with video that we're doing with voice, kind of. So it's a marriage made in heaven. And we see so many advantages to using iStream in our business.
Right.
It's going to be tremendous for us. It's going to allow us to eliminate a lot of travel. It's going to allow us to train people, not only our salespeople, but also to train our customers.
Right.
It's an incredible opportunity.
They're a pretty technical company. They also they have a partnership, and I was reading about it. Pro Select. Now, Pro Select has a partnership with Garson Entertainment out of California.
Mm-hmm.
They're a monster. They do the MTV Awards. They do all this. They would give you like countless advertising rights with them with this acquisition.
Oh, it's. I mean, I'm really happy for the people at iStream. I mean, they're really on the cutting edge of streaming video, and it's going to be wonderful for them. It's going to be wonderful for us.
As far as sales, personnel, and things like that, I think you guys can kind of bounce off each other.
Well, yeah, we definitely we're going to work together, and we're going to grow so rapidly it's going to scare people.
Really? Well, evidently it didn't scare too many people away because they're buying your stock up. Well, and I'll tell you the truth, it looks good on paper.
We had a good quarter last quarter.
Right. Your earnings, we were talking off air, and you'll be filing your Ks pretty soon. Your earnings have jumped considerably from the first quarter.
Well, the last K we filed was as of March 31st, and revenue for that quarter was up 500% over the year before. Now, granted, a lot of that business was due to our relationship with ReadyOp Communications, a software company that we brought into Cleartronic.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to understand that's growing and growing and growing, because whatever business we did last quarter with ReadyOp is automatic business. It's recurring revenue.
Right.
So for the quarter next year, we start out
with 500.
We start out with the revenue we did on ReadyOp the year before,
because that's basically a residual income year in, year out.
Right.
So you would just continually add to it. Right.
And we've done all of this growth. We've done with really two salespeople, one salesperson for voice interop, and one salesperson for ReadyOp. And we're now expanding the ReadyOp sales force. We believe that we can add, by the end of the year, 70 new salespeople.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, I also looked at some of the customers that you picked up, Mark, yourself, some of the people, the Broward County Sheriffs, Tampa Police Department, the fire departments in Tampa, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, which is the largest here in the state. I think they have about 12,000 agents, and all over the country. You're starting to pick up fire departments, police departments, security, businesses, school districts. I was looking at the list; it was phenomenal the way you're going, because you're cloud-based, right?
Exactly.
Right.
We're a cloud-based company. Some of our marquee customers are NASA, the Food and Drug Administration. We're doing business with a lot of business in Colorado. Colorado runs their state basically with ReadyOp. We just added some major mass transit companies, if you will, or utilities, I guess you'd call them. But we've got Dallas, we've got Sound Transit, which is the Seattle area, and we've got Denver.
I know Salesforce was out there in Seattle quite a bit. Mark, being a former jet pilot, a fighter pilot, the founder of this stuff, and went co-venture with you and what you brought to the table. He spends a lot of time out in Seattle.
He's the guy's. I don't know how he does it. He's never off an airplane. He's constantly flying.
Because he likes to fly.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't do it.
Cindy's father was a Mirage pilot.
Oh, really?
There's got to be something with it being a jet pilot. You got to be out of your mind.
You have to be out of your mind. Definitely.
I mean, I don't like to fly. As an athlete, you fly all the time, and radio and TV and whatever I cover. We're always on a plane too. But I never liked it. I don't. What is it? If God wanted us to fly, would have gave us wings. I kind of believe like that. But on the new side of the coin, you're going to be coming out with your other filings pretty soon. Right. And according to the thing, with the 12% retention, first of all, if he does a Form 10 and an audit, he will open on the bulletin board with.
Well, he's got
he's
got some hoops he's got to jump through, but he's got good legal and accounting advice, so he'll be fine. There won't be any problem. And we've of course researched it on our side, so we're very comfortable with what we're doing. Because there's synergies between the two companies. It makes sense to do it this way,
right?
As opposed to just going out and finding a company and bringing it in and spinning it off. I mean, that's not what what you should do.
And I know you looked at several, and this was the best one to really.
Oh, without question, without question. Yeah.
And I could see it just on the outside as a layman. Not nearly where you guys are on with what you do, but as a layman. Just taking a look from the outside looking in, it's indicative that you do belong together. Right. And, and I'm pretty comfortable with the fact that the two of you are going to get along. So comfortable, I'm going to bring you both back on the show together. Where you can sit here and really I can pick your brains and see what you do.
That'll be fun.
When do you think this will transpire? I know it takes about 60 to 90 days from start to finish to do a Form 10.
Well, we've got a 30-day due diligence period, so we'll kick each other's tires for the next 30 days, and then we'll come up with a plan, and the lawyers will file a Form 10, and after the Form 10 is filed, 60 days it becomes effective so to speak. Now, you still have to wait for a letter from the SEC before you can go to FINRA and request a Form 211 to file with a broker.
15C 211,
right. And then what we'll do is we'll probably start trading on the pink sheets to start, and then once he starts to file his returns, he'll decide whether he wants to apply to the bulletin board or wherever he wants to go.
I would recommend myself, and I recommend this to all small companies, to stay on the pink sheets, which is the oldest. I guess you could say the house on the block. I mean, it was the first one before NASDAQ, before the New York Stock Exchange.
The old buttonwood tree.
Right. And, you look at some of the people they just don't want to be burdened with the quarterly filings. They file once a year, and it works out. I mean, Toyota's on the pink sheets. There's nothing to be afraid of with it.
Well, we opted to be on the pink sheets. We file everything.
Right, you're eligible you're eligible for NASDAQ.
No, we're not quite eligible for that yet. But we could be on the bulletin board. But right now, we're trying to control expenses, and we're happy where we are on the pink sheets.
Now you're going to bring on about 70 sales representatives.
That's the plan.
That's your goal. 70.
That's our goal over the next year, to bring on 70 new salespeople.
And I've learned this from other companies that went out and they got themselves an experienced sales team. When they bring these salespeople in, they always say they're going to get 100, and they find out that they can't handle the work they get with 20. Because what there's a thing that transpires where you go to everybody, and eventually everybody comes to you because everybody's using your product. See, your product saves lives. That's what I like.
Well, that's one thing it does, but it also is incident management. I mean, it's great for school systems. It's great for hospitals. It's great for It's great for everybody. We don't have enough manpower to follow up on the people that call us and want to see a demonstration.
Right. And it does take time.
It takes time, and you got to travel. And we don't really like doing webinars. So as a result, that's why iStream is just so perfect for us. I mean, we can put up sales presentations. We can show everybody what they want to see clearly. They can see it. They can touch it. They can feel it. And we can train our salespeople that way.
Well, that seems the best way to do it. Not only that, but you cut a lot of expense also.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be blowing money left and right. Your company's been around a long time. I mean, and you've never missed a filing that I've looked. You've always been current with everything.
Well, I founded the company in 1999 during the .com boom, and we didn't really do anything on a public side until 2008. We filed what they in those days was an SB2. It got changed. They didn't file those anymore. So
S1 registration.
Yeah, it changed to an S1. So we registered and we've been fully reporting since then. We've never missed a filing. We've gone through some hard times, but times have changed, and things are starting to really move for us.
Well, I guess I've known you about a year and a half. You've been on the show a couple of times with me, and I've seen the growth of the company. As you know, we always bounce into each other at some events,
right?
And your product is getting out there, and now you're going to turn the corner and you're going to go out. Now I'll tell the listening audience. In communications, like with 9/11, one agency couldn't talk to the other agency, so people indicatively died. The fire department was never notified the buildings were going to come down.
Right.
So they put the triage right out front. Naturally, they were all crushed when the buildings come down. Have they been able to? Because all communications was down.
Right.
Port Authority police could not talk to the regular police. The police couldn't talk to the feds. And the fire department couldn't talk to anybody.
No.
So word was there to get those people out. Unfortunately, nobody could get it because the phones were down. And what happens is when everybody runs through a telephone, you're dead. And
the network's overwhelmed and nothing goes through.
Circuits are busy, nobody could get through, and especially a catastrophe like that.
So how is this going to be, say we have...
Well, he'll explain how it's different, because he's got a central location that even if they take the building out, he can be mobile and still communicate with everybody else. Plus, he can turn your cell phone into a two-way walkie-talkie.
Our niche on the voice interop side is land mobile radio. We have developed and patented a IP gateway for land mobile radio. So, to give you a little bit of an example, Miami-Dade uses Kenwood radios. Broward County uses Motorola radios.
There you go.
The two radios can't talk together. So if
they can't talk to each other.
But if they have his product,
if you take my product and you connect it to the Kenwood system, and you take it and you connect it to the Motorola system, now both radio systems can talk to each other. So it's really pretty incredible.
Yeah.
What it is it puts everybody on the same page.
Absolutely.
We got hurricanes that come through here. Nobody can talk to anybody. Okay, same thing when there's a catastrophe. Today we got the threat of terrorism every day in our lives. It popped up again. In Israel, and you worldwide, you can go anywhere, and this system's compatible to anybody else's system.
Yeah.
Which is important.
That's pretty amazing.
What's amazing is that nobody has it with him. That's what I find most amazing.
That's phenomenal.
I don't see anything on the same level with you, and believe me, our researchers over here have looked at it over and over again, and we got some savvy people here at Beasley.
Right.
Our research departments, and again, it's just like you said, it's the question of you're overwhelmed and you don't have enough salespeople out there and the time consumption to go out and find new business.
Well, that's a nice position to be in, Mick.
Yeah, it is. I've never been in that in my life. I've always had to go out and hunt somebody down and bring them back like a dog.
Right.
Where do you think you're going to go? What do you think it's going to bring, Blake? It's hard to believe, but we've eaten through a half a year already.
Right.
And where do you think you're going to be come Christmas time?
I can't throw those numbers at you. I can only tell you that it'll be growth each quarter over each quarter.
Will each quarter get better?
Each quarter will get better, and the more people get in.
Excuse me, how do you go about finding your salespeople? Is it from the inside, or is it...
Well, we try to use people that have had some experience in the public or municipal sector, ex-fire chiefs, those kinds of people that know their community,
right,
and know what they're doing.
Communication setup too.
Yeah. Maybe they took early retirement, and could be a policeman that retired and moved to Arkansas.
I see.
And he wants something to do, and we bring him on. We teach him. I mean, he's got a natural ability to go and talk to police forces and show them our product.
Mm-hmm. Probably has contacts going back decades.
He has contacts, and then we haven't done any kind of sales effort when it comes to specific types of meetings, fire chief associations, or any of that stuff. So, I mean, we're overwhelmed with people that just want to see what we do, and it's hard to keep up. So we just realized we had to stop and focus on hiring people that we can send out just to take care of the leads that we already have.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense, because I know that you're not too concerned about your stock price. You're not concerned because you told me last time you were on the air, you have a direction, you know where you're going, and you're going to work at your own pace.
If an old friend told me a long time ago, if you start worrying about your stock price, you're not worrying about your business.
Mm-hmm. And you really don't have much stock out there.
No, not really.
Mm-hmm. So, it's really undervalued. CLRI is their symbol, Cleartronic, CLRI. And I'm looking forward to seeing just how you do with the sales force. Listen, you got people all over the place retired. I told you, Bo Dietl up in New York, a good friend of mine. All right, I would like to bring him on and let him talk to you if I could ever get in touch with him anymore. He's become a big star now, but he's pretty active with Fox, and I will run into him, and hopefully we can get him to give you a call because I'm sure if you showed him what you had, he's very sensitive toward protecting his police departments and his fire departments because your product seems to be what they need.
I'd love to talk to him. I've seen him on TV.
Yeah, he's a terrific guy. I know him for many years. And our good friend Sid Rosenberg, who's left Florida, now he's back on WABC in New York with Bernard McGurk. They're killing him up there at 11 o'clock. Took Geraldo's spot. And he's a dear friend of him too. So I'll reach out to Sydney and see if we can't put this together.
Excellent.
You're naturally gonna file? You're gonna probably put some news out this week. I know everybody's itching. I read the iHub board.
Right.
And I've never seen a board come to life like that. You got about 10,000 people humming on that board with this marriage between you and Ice Cream.
I don't know too much about it.
Now, you don't look at the boards, but I do. I try to take a temperature of the company. And, a good CEO, and I say it all the time, you can't believe what you see on the board. If it doesn't come from the horse's mouth, you got to assume it comes from the other end of the horse.
Right.
But this was positive. It looked like more people that were really looking at the overall marriage of you and iStream. Now, we've worked for iStream. We've done broadcasting for them. They're in every saloon around here, wherever there's big entertainment, be it Tony Martelli or Charlie Sullivan or some of our big locals. I know they do all the festivals around here. They've done some big events. They did, Frankie Valli. They did the Cats. They're just a big broadcasting company.
Right.
And I do see the synergy in marriage here between you all. You talk a language, naturally, I'm not used to. It's not Brooklynese, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But we'll have you on the show with him, too.
Okay, I'd love to.
Okay, with Jory, I'll arrange it with Jory, and you come back maybe in a week or two.
Sure.
And sit down. By that time, you should be further along with the due diligence and everything else on the marriage between the two of you, the spin-off. Possibly even a shareholder dividend, which you're going to explore.
We mentioned that in the press release. We're thinking about doing that to our shareholders.
Right. See, for him to go public, he's going to need shareholders.
Exactly.
So he could use your shareholders and give away dividend stock to them so he can get himself an active float.
But we would just be distributing the portion that we're retaining.
Right.
Our portion we would be distributing to our shareholders.
Could be a considerable amount of money in a real chutzpah. But if they sell their stock, they don't get anything. They got to actually own the Cleartronic stock to get anything.
I don't know what the shareholder record date will be, but it'll be shareholders of record as of such and such a date.
Someplace in July or August,
somewhere around there.
So it gives them time to gobble up whatever they need.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's great. It's great having you on board, and I appreciate you coming in. It's fantastic. Larry Reed, Cleartronic. And like I said, we'll put this together again.
Good.
In the coming weeks.
Thank you again, Mick.
Fantastic, Larry. Thank you.
Yep, take care.
CLRI, Larry Reed, Cleartronic, President. And looking for some exciting things to happen there, Raccoon. I think it's going to be a nice ride. Wouldn't you say?
I agree.
There you go. Okay, we're going to go to break. We'll come back. Okay, Jerry Grisafi, our good friend from the, Rocky Mountain High. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. We'll be back right after this. On the Mixter, 1470 AM here in South Florida. Your time, 5:29. Nick Mariani, you've done it again. Cigar Republic USA, located right on A1A and Oakland Park Boulevard. Hey, listen, slaving on a hot mic every day like I do, I look to unwind. Happy hour, 11 to 7. It's not happy hour, it's happy days. Well drinks, $5. Drop in and see JoJo behind the bar. Have yourself a ball at Cigar Republic USA, located right on Oakland Park Boulevard by the beach, next to the famous Motorano's Cafe. You can't miss it. It's right there, right by the North Beach Shops, which is booming over there right now. New restaurants popping up everywhere. Come into the Cigar Republic USA. Now listen, there's no better gift than a box of cigars. And Nick, he's done it right. He's got everything you can think of for cigar smokers everywhere. And you don't smell the smoke when you're in his place. That's the phenomenal thing about it. I mean, non-smokers like the place. You could go next door, chill out on the Rocky Patel Signature Lounge, which is abuts the cigar bar. Terrific place, leather couches, everything. Big screen televisions. They're all over the place. Have a ball at Cigar Republic USA. Nick Mariani's done it well again. Come in, hot barmaids like you've never seen before. Visit with the, I like to call her my little Lima Llama. Go in and see Cindy and the rest of the crew over there. Have a steak sandwich, 8-ounce New York Prime, grilled onions, everything on it. Fantastic. Or a real Cuban sandwich. I heard Fidel Castro orders them. I don't know. It sounds good anyway. Cigar Republic USA, right on the corner of Oakland Park Boulevard and A1A in Fort Lauderdale, right by the North Beach shops. Can't miss it. Tell them the Mixter sent you and have yourself a ball.
One day, I'll teach chemistry to kids.
I'm going to be an architect.
My dream is to be a chef.
This is a world of possibilities. A world in which people who put their minds to something can really make a difference.
My goal is to help the environment.
Someday I'll find a cure for cancer.
At the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Federal Student Aid, we believe that aspiring minds can achieve anything. So we dedicate ourselves to making sure everyone has an opportunity to go to college. Each year, we provide more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds, making higher education possible for anyone at any stage of life.
I can go back to college.
I can change careers. I can make a difference.
Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Whether I'm training for a marathon, kickboxing, or lifting, I train to add muscle and build my inner strength. I'm always working to increase my reps and beat my own best time. I am proud that I was born this way, driven. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. You can find me on a Coast Guard cutter, along with my shipmates, who are a lot like me, driven and committed to our country and the safety of our citizens. We collect maritime intelligence. We catch drug smugglers approaching our coasts, and we're ready to respond to emergency calls from vessels in distress. 24/7, no matter our mission, we expect the very best from each other. We were born for this. We were born for the Coast Guard.
Were you born ready for the Coast Guard? Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The war had been going on for 2 years, and I got the calling. I got the calling to join the service and support the boys over there.
Thousands of American troops have come home from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, suffering the effects of post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injuries.
I never thought that I would have PTSD. I thought that I had enough coping skills.
I don't think anybody who goes into combat could ever honestly say that they're not different when they come home.
What you take as a simple thing is not so simple for me anymore.
I'm gonna have my good days and my bad days, and I really don't like those bad days.
I would say to those people that are out there, don't brush us aside and don't count us out.
Help the USO support these troops and their families. Hear more of their stories at usoinvisiblewounds.org. The wounds are invisible, the stories are real.
You're listening to The Mixter and the Radio Raccoon. To call into the show, call 888-565-1470. Now, back to The Mixter and the Radio Raccoon.
5:35 back on 1470 AM South Florida. That was an interesting interview we just had with Larry Reed. Wouldn't you say the Raccoon? We did
I
all right.
agree.
He's really got a good product there.
He's friends with our Jory.
That's right, our Jory. That's right. But right now we're gonna go to Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. The Rocky Mountain hemp drink. Remember we had those drinks? You got pissed off at me for drinking the lemon lime. You wanted it, right?
I like
Mix
the
it with
lemon
your
lime.
vodka, everything. He's got an energy drink. My good friend from out in Texas, Jerry Bernie, Texas. How are you, brother?
I'm not in Bernie. I'm in Dallas, big boy.
You used to be in Bernie, didn't you? When you were doing what were you doing? You were smoking everything out there. You smoked beef. You smoked cattle. We even send you some stiffs to go out there and smoke once in a while.
What part of Dallas?
We do a little everything here in Texas, boy.
What part of Dallas?
What part of Dallas? You from? Because the Raccoon here, she's from Dallas, in that area.
What part of Dallas?
Right there, right in the middle of everything here in Dallas, 635 and I-75.
That is the middle of everything.
That was a terrible thing today. They had a shooting over at Love Field. I don't know what happened. I saw the cops. They made the guy look like a cheese, though. They hit him with about 20
they were
shots.
looking for you.
They ain't going to find me, man. Jerry, they haven't found the bullet fast enough to catch this old linebacker. It's not happening. A lot of good things happening with you, though, huh? You're walking right across the country. You got a big festival like a Woodstock festival. You got the exclusive in New York. You knocked out everybody else in the arena. We're looking forward to that. And
yes, we did.
How's your sales going? You were pressing about 1 million cans a month. Where are you now? You doing all right?
Well, we produced, since the inception about a little over a year ago, we've made approximately 4 million cans. Which, when you put that in perspective with Red Bull, they did 1 million their first year.
Yeah, well, you're 4 times better. And you got half of the guys. Red Bull, people always look at Red Bull, Jerry, and they say, well, Red Bull's this and Red Bull's that. Red Bull's went broke. All right, they were in bankruptcy until they brought in a new crew that turned them around and set the world on fire. And now you're clicking at their heels. They were bidding on that upstate New York big show you got this summer, and you took them right out.
Yep. Well, the main thing. Let me say one thing. We have a healthy drink.
There's no doubt about it.
All the drinks out there, Rocky Mountain High, you drink healthy because we don't have taurine. We don't have all the artificial flavorings and things that go inside most of these drinks. We don't use high fructose corn syrup.
So no GMOs.
No GMOs, exactly.
This is a natural drink.
Mm-hmm. I know. Hey, listen, you sent me a couple of cases and we gobbled it. And the Raccoon had 4 or 5 different flavors. The energy drink that you sent us was pretty good too. I got to say that much. It didn't leave me like 5-hour energy. Where it's like you parachuting off a building.
Then you don't crash.
Yeah, that's the crash, the letdown.
You don't crash. We've got one really brand new drink just came out. The new mango is absolutely, positively delicious.
Didn't you just order a mango?
I'll send y'all some of that.
Oh yeah, I need some of that. She just.
My favorite smoothie is the vegan kale mango.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the different flavors? I mean, what was the concept for giving it, and why Rocky Mountain High? Are you originally from Denver or something?
Never.
No, I just felt like Rocky Mountain High was a great name for a hip drink, since Colorado was the big thing,
first
bringing medical marijuana into the fold immediately, and then went recreational. We researched it and found that the trademark for Rocky Mountain High was available. We filed for a trademark and we've got it. So God works in mysterious ways. All of a sudden,
Amen to that.
An iconic name like Rocky Mountain High, and it fits in with what's going. And we've got a great tasting drink, a healthy drink, and people like it. And it's starting to grow. We're opening up markets all over the country.
I know you're moving to New York pretty quick. The biggest markets, New York, New Jersey.
We've got that, and we're getting ready to open the California market, too, which is going to be huge.
Yeah, well, they drink a hell of a lot.
I'd like to bring up a couple of things while I'm on the line.
Yeah, why don't you talk your heart out?
Today, Mick, we had to withdraw our Form 10, which we were filing to uplift to the QB.
Right.
And a lot of people panicked and said, oh, my God, they not do it. It's just a formality with the SEC. You have a 60-day window to get all your questions and answers. If anybody read the Form 10,
they call it comments.
We had everything done. We pulled it down because after 60 days, you have to take it down if you haven't answered all the comments. Well, they just gave us some comments to answer today, so we wouldn't have enough time to do it. So we're going to take it down, and it'll be refiled probably within the week.
You know what it is?
We're marching forward. We're a very transparent company. We're going to continue to be very transparent because not only do we want to move to the QB, we want to move up to the NASDAQ or the American.
Well, there's no doubt that you qualify.
We've got a great company and a great product.
No doubt. Listen, I enjoy it, and I will be looking for a couple of cases. I'll send you our addresses. But on the other side of the coin, let's talk about a little bit about this big festival out there. You got about 300,000 people going to show up for this, and you're the exclusive.
It's big this week. I just was on the phone to them a little while ago, and they were amazed that the people just love our drink out there too.
You're going to be.
And there are about 100,000 people out there today, I think.
Where's the festival?
It's crazy.
Give us a little background. Where's the festival?
Where's the festival going to be held?
Upstate New York. We're right where Woodstock was.
Oh, okay.
It's up there at Hunter Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Right around
the ski
Woodstock,
resort. Yeah, the Hunter Mountain Ski Resort.
It's really nice. It's beautiful up there.
That's the only place I ever went skiing in my life. And after I broke my neck hitting a tree and a bunch of people, that was the end. I went to the Bunny Hill and I never skied again in my life.
Do you have any idea of what kind of festival, like as far as like the types of artists, is it going to be?
Top entertainment.
Just a smorgasbord or of every genre of music kind of thing, like a Coachella.
Yeah, it is. It's similar to Woodstock where they bring in these top artists. Anytime you assume you're going to grab.
Kenny Chesney and Kid Rock are playing today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
nice.
Come on.
And
it's a big deal.
They had Monster against them. They had all of them, and they aced them out. It's exclusivity for Rocky Mountain High.
You know what? I think people are looking for something that's better for them, health-wise. As far as putting in, not to go back to GMOs, but all the genetically modified organisms.
Well, you just take a look at Diet Coke. It's got almost 60 milligrams of salt
and sugar.
And the Diet Coke. No, that's the other good thing about it.
Actually healthy drink, which that's what's going to be the big thing over the next few years.
Absolutely.
For an alternative to what's out there, and we've got the alternative. We've got the right team, the right place, and what we're doing with this here. It's going to be great. This company's going to fly. It's going to do good. You got a lot of people out there, Mick. That
I've seen them on your boards.
That read this deal called iHub.
And you know what?
I just
went over with Larry Reed.
Using phony names, saying bad things about you, and they have no clue what it takes to put a company together and make it happen.
Jerry, I tell you,
names like Pit 77, and who are you? Put your name out there. My name is there. I'm proud of it. Come to our offices.
Yeah, well, look at your management team, the credentials of all you guys, including Tom Schumann. He won the Orange Bowl MVP, for God's sakes. You got guys that have been in the beverage business for 30-some-odd years.
How many flavors do you have as of now? 5?
I didn't understand that word.
How many flavors do you have as of now?
No, he's got more than that.
We have 5 flavors right now.
That's what I said, 5.
Yeah, we have 5 flavors right now. We have other flavors that we've developed, but I can't put them out yet because 5 SKUs is plenty to play with at our stage of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I do a production run, it's 200,000 plus cans per SKU, and that gets very expensive.
Remember the first time you came out and you put it on Amazon, and you sold out, 15 minutes? I don't know how many cases.
Yeah, when we first started, we did. Amazon still does okay, but as we get more traction out there, more people buy it in stores now. We're pretty heavy up in the 5 boroughs of New York. In fact, Lily up there, our distributor in there, just took down she took down almost 200,000 cans we just built for her on a private run she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
What's really funny is we made the new can for the big box stores, which we're just about ready to start shipping product to with the new 16-ounce. But up in the boroughs, they still love the little can with the leaf on it. So we made a special run of about 200,000 cans of just leaf energy drink for the 5 boroughs of New York, which just got finished this week, and we're getting ready to ship those.
Sounds good.
Next week they'll go up to New York.
New York is a great market. You got the bar market. I tell you the truth, we mix it. Your drink's healthy until we start pouring vodka in it.
Yeah, that's the healthiest vodka drink you're ever going to have.
I got everybody. The lemon lime that you sent me, we swiped it right up. Everybody at the bar that we hang out at the big nightclub, and the Blue Moon. I mean, everybody loved it. They can't get their hands on it because you don't have a distributor down here to go and send it.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing. Florida, we drink like fish.
We signed a really good broker distributor in California, which I think is going to be very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start shipping some product out so they can start getting in stores. People don't understand, just because you started a company a year ago, you've got to go out and knock on doors to get your product in. You got a new product, people are not going to just take it in. You got to go prove yourself.
Not only that, they want to know what
make sure that the product is good, and we've got all that behind us. We've made some mistakes along the way, and any new company's going to make mistakes. All companies make mistakes.
Hey, listen, Ford Motor still makes mistakes.
Ford Motors, you're exactly right. All those guys made mistakes and went bankrupt, and the government bailed them out. The government hasn't bailed us out.
How's your product doing in Texas?
It's just in the Dallas market area.
It is just in the Dallas market area.
We've been really concentrating on New York and trying to get in that California market. Now, We're doing
largest
really
markets
well
in the
up
world.
believe it, in Minnesota. We're in all the Hy-Vee stores. There's 234 Hy-Vees, and we're in about 100 Super Americas up there.
Yeah, those lunkheads will drink that up.
That's
Those
in the
squares
Midwest.
up there.
If you can sell the product in the Midwest like that, it'll sell anywhere.
That's true. You know, I tried to market a product in Minnesota years ago. They were all like, I call them a bunch of squareheads. You know, but the fact is, Minnesota, it's not on my
I call them customers.
Yeah, I tell you the truth. Listen, not to get away from the subject at all, I just want to tell you something about iHub. I remember Raging Bull. They were sold for like $4.5 billion back during the .com craze. And about 600 people went to jail. They were paid.
Well, most of those guys that go on there and say negative things, they're in the short side of the business. They want to keep the price down and do all these stupid things. It's just amazing what they do, and they're really not regulated. I mean, they go by phony, just like I said, they go by phony names.
That's
California Boy, Pit 77, Scion. Wow, these are really cool guys. Why don't you show your name?
King Fangul.
The other day says we had a truck repossessed and our credit cards torn up. Well, that's all a bunch of BS.
That's never happened.
Really
I know you a long time. You know, I was
they say stuff, but you know what? That's what they do. That's their game.
I remember when you first came to
I
Florida.
don't pay any attention to it because I found it very amusing.
Sounds like you're really losing it.
That they sit there and waste their time. One of them has got like, I don't think he's an iGlow guy. I think
they don't own one share of stock
like
between them all.
500 times in a month.
Okay, you're on a roll.
Nobody pays him to do that because nobody would sit down and post 500 times without getting paid for it.
They're eating your heart out. I can tell because you're on a roll. You want to talk about a roll? The first time you came in with Tom Schumann, we were over at Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Your stock was a 0.5%. Nobody believed you could do it. You had an investor meeting. I attended with another friend of mine who was also an investor. Had you put $5,000 into your company, in 1 month you would have pulled out $325,000. So don't tell me what you can't do. I've seen you do it. And I have all the confidence in the world in your company and your product.
We're going to build the company. The stock's going to go up and down.
It always does. It goes where it goes, Jerry.
We're going to be fine.
Jerry, stock goes where it goes. When you have earnings, you have the world by the balls, as they say.
Right now, we got to concentrate on sell. You know, take care of what we're doing and get it done.
You'll
and
certainly
that's exactly
get it done.
what we're doing.
Get her done.
RMHB is the symbol. Rocky Mountain High Beverage, Rocky Mountain High Brands. Jerry, I look forward to seeing you again, my friend. And as soon as you get to Florida, please do give me a call. Let's go out.
I will. I'm looking forward to coming down to sunny southern Florida.
And don't forget our goods. I'm gonna send you my address. Send me a case, and then come and see me in the Raccoon.
We'll get you some new product out there.
You got it, my brother. Okay, Jerry Grisafi.
Thank you.
Rocky Mountain High Beverage, Jerry Grisafi. He's got a hell of a company. I'll tell you, Raccoon. He's selling beverage. Same time in their infancy. What do you call was doing? What is it? The other play, Red Bull.
Yeah. I'm not even a big fan of Red Bull.
Millions. They only have like one flavor, don't they?
They only have one flavor.
Okay, this guy's got. He's got
five
the product.
flavors.
Yeah, it's not only five flavors. Got the energy drink. Look at his can. You got his can. Put his can up on the screen if you can, Freddie.
The packaging is amazing.
Okay, you got the can. You just got us up there. Oh, maybe Freddie.
There they are.
Oh. Rocky Mountain High. See the latest?
Lemon. What's the blue one?
I don't know. Root beer. Who knows? Doesn't matter. You got orange drink. I got
lime, lemon. I don't know what the red one is. That's probably their version of Big Red. That's a big drink in Texas.
Possibly. Who knows? Okay, when we come back, we got a studio full of people we're going to have on in about 2, 3, 4 minutes or 5 minutes or so. Okay, Billy Sulo's here from the Sulo Hair Salons. Okay, there's Annie Barry's here, Annie Barry, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to kick it up a notch. I'm here with the baby Raccoon. I tell you what, you're really catching in. I'd like working in the studio with you.
I do too.
I mean, really, it's certainly a lot of fun here at Beasley. I've been on, this is our 12th year here at Beasley Broadcasting. I was on 97 Free FM out in L.A. for a couple of years, WNBC in New York. We've been around the globe over here on the dial, too, 740, 640, 610, 560. Cruising with Beasley Broadcasting. Got radio stations all over the world. You're on streaming live on WWNNradio.com as well as AMP2.TV. Freddie Santori doing a great job back there. We got Daniel on the boards. Everybody's running around. Duff Lindsay was here. We're just having a good time here on a Freaky Friday in Fort Lauderdale. Say that 3 times fast. I dare you. We're going to go to break. We'll come back right after this. 5:51 on a Freaky Friday. Nick Mariani, you've done it again. Cigar Republic USA, located right on A1A and Oakland Park Boulevard. Hey, listen, slaving on a hot mic every day like I do, I look to unwind. Happy hour, 11 to 7. It's not happy hour, it's happy days. Well drinks, $5. Drop in and see JoJo behind the bar. Have yourself a ball at Cigar Republic USA, located right on Oakland Park Boulevard by the beach, next to the famous Mortaranos Cafe. You can't miss it. It's right there, right by the North Beach Shops, which is booming over there right now. New restaurants popping up everywhere. Come into the Cigar Republic USA. Now listen, there's no better gift than a box of cigars. And Nick, he's done it right. He's got everything you can think of for cigar smokers everywhere. And you don't smell the smoke when you're in his place. That's the phenomenal thing about it. I mean, non-smokers like the place. You could go next door, chill out on the Rocky Patel Signature Lounge, which is abuts the cigar bar. Terrific place, leather couches, everything. Big screen televisions. They're all over the place. Have a ball at Cigar Republic USA. Nick Mariani's done it well again. Come in, hot barmaids like you've never seen before. Visit with the, I like to call her, my little Lima Llama. Go in and see Cindy and the rest of the crew over there. Have a steak sandwich, 8-ounce New York Prime, grilled onions, everything on it. Fantastic. Or a real Cuban sandwich. I heard Fidel Castro orders them. I don't know. It sounds good anyway. Cigar Republic USA, right on the corner of Oakland Park Boulevard and A1A in Fort Lauderdale, right by the North Beach Shops. Can't miss it. Tell them the Mixter sent you and have yourself a ball.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
In the last decade, more than 400,000 people died on America's roadways. That's one person every 13 minutes. Roadway deaths strike the young or old at any time of the year, at any hour of the day or night. And it doesn't matter whether you drive a car on a highway, ride a motorcycle or bicycle on a country road, or simply take a walk near traffic. Everyone is at risk. Since 1969, members of the American Traffic Safety Services Association have worked diligently to make our nation's roadways safer by providing the majority of roadway safety features, including bright signs and pavement markings, guardrails, and crash cushions. These are just some of the roadway devices that save thousands of lives each day. Since most of our roadways were built in the 1950s, there's so much more work that needs to be done to reach the ultimate goal of zero deaths. Safer roads save lives. To learn how you can get involved, visit atssa.com. A public service message from the American Traffic Safety Services Association.
You're listening to The Mixter and the Radio Raccoon. To call into the show, call 888-565-1470. Now, back to The Mixter and the Radio Raccoon.
5:55 back on a Friday here in a rainy Fort Lauderdale. You know, it's just amazing, Raccoon. It's just out of nowhere this rain comes. It's been raining for a couple of days. It's crazy. We got a studio full of people today. Billy Sulo.
Billy Sulo in the house.
Okay, I guess you're the premier hairdresser, the stylist. Billy Sulo Salon's been here since the 80s. Okay, the great Annie Berry. She's in town, makeup artist to the stars. I mean, come on. I say, you can make anybody look good. I can bring Chuck Wepner into your studio and you walk out like Cameron Diaz. I mean, come on, let's go. Let's face it, you really do a great job.
That was good.
I tell you got to speak into the mic, Billy.
Chuck Weber.
Yeah, okay. We did have a Mitch. Okay, Mitch knows Chuck Wepner. He knows all the fighters, of course. But you've been down here since the 80s.
Since 71.
78, 71, and the Sulo Studios next to Santa Lucia, our good friend Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
Who works over there. Got him out of the way. That's right next door. We got Gabe out of the way over there in Santa Lucia. Good food. I don't eat there. I drink there, but that's about it. But
so then how do you know the food's good?
I see it as it goes out.
I can smell it.
All right. But you've been around since the old cocaine cowboy days.
78, they opened the salon on
Oakland Park. Yeah. Right. That's the number one location. I used to call it the Street of Dreams and Broken Dreams. So many people go there and they just go out. 3 minutes till we turn around? Yeah, okay. We're going to come back at 6 o'clock and then we're going to have a separate show. So when we go ahead and we put this on YouTube, they don't have to wait for one show to see your own part.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it will be listed on YouTube. But you've seen the area just about change completely.
Oh, yeah, completely.
I mean, all you got to do is look at Fort Lauderdale Airport. First time I came, I used to come in this.
Oh my God! Yeah.
In the early '80s, I had a condo at the Jockey Club back in the '80s when I was living in Tampa. I used to fly, and it was like my little den of antiquity, living a double life. But I remember coming over here. I remember coming to Fort Lauderdale. There was really nothing here. I mean, it's grown so much now, and you have so much going for you there. We were there yesterday with the raccoon. You did her makeup. She came out. She looked marvelous. I mean, you got a lot to work with. It's a pretty good canvas to start with.
I'd say so.
She's a great model.
Yeah, it worked out well, and it's impressive. You got a lot of clientele that come in there from everywhere. You've done just about everybody's hair in Hollywood, Billy. You've been around forever.
Too long.
I'm never too long. Look at the alternative, okay? You're going to be dead a long time. Let's have it.
Okay, we'll have a good time.
I want to run out of air and money at the same time. Mm-hmm. I want to slide sideways into a coffin and just say, I'm tired. I got to get out of here. I want to go to the next life. I want to come back as a Chinese ballerina. All right, the next life. I mean, it's crazy enough, but we've had a lot of fun in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah.
We hang out at the same places, so we're always out, and we bounce off each other. Our friends are like half in the AA and the other half in Gamblers Anonymous, right? You go to Gamblers Anonymous, you drink. You go to Alcoholics Anonymous, you play cards. So they got you coming back and forth. Right. I mean, it's all. I went to so many anonymous places, I don't even know who I am anymore. That's why they call me the Mixter. Who's that? Just go on. And same friends I do, Dennis G.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guy's been married so many times, he got rice marks in his face. And some of these women we know, they've been picked up so many times, they had to put handles on them. I mean, really, Fort Lauderdale.
Bada bing.
We're going to get a bada bing.
Fort Lauderdale's crazy, but I'll tell you the truth, I wouldn't live anyplace else. I love it. They wanted us to go out to do radio out in Vegas. They offered us a couple $100,000 a year, and I remember Defo said to me, "Is that both of us?" All right, because he was my partner for 10 years. I said, no, I think we got to split. He goes, Mixter, we'll be broke by March. We'll be busted out. Are you out of your mind?
Until you go through the lobby.
Forget about it. But it just wouldn't work. So I couldn't really go anywhere but Fort Lauderdale. And we will pick this up when we come back. We're going to go to break, get the sponsors in. I'm the Mixter, joined by the Raccoon, Cindy Ferguson, sitting next to me, Billy Sulo, the great Billy Sulo, okay, and Annie Berry, makeup artist to the stars. I mean, she's great. Remember SpongeBob?
Yes.
Used to look like Burt Reynolds, and then she got over. She got turned into Did you see Burt Reynolds? Whatever happened to his face? My God, unbelievable. Used to be built like a Greek god. Now he's built like a goddamn Greek. I mean, we'll be back after this. Don't go away. 6 o'clock here on 1470 WWNN Radio. Let's try not to get FCC fines. Daniel behind the glass over here doing a great job. I'm the Mixter. We'll be back right after this.